Just explain a little bit about your rank and why it is so special.
So my appointment's known as the SEAC. That's an abbreviation for Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Chiefs of Staff Committee. Basically, the role is a senior warrant officer across defence, and I work for the Chief of the Defence Staff as well as the service chiefs of the Navy, Army, Air Force, and also work closely with the Defence Ministers. And I can represent the views in a different way of all of the service personnel to the senior levels of defence.
So because you're not officer class, for want of a better, what about to describe
the term rather than the character.
Yeah, obviously. You're almost like the representative of the ordinary soldier. Is that the way
it's a representative of soldiers, sailors, airmen, women and Marines. But it's not just those, it's for everybody. So it's not just for the enlisted and the other ranks. It's for everybody. So I get to travel around the whole of defence and visit all ranks, doing all sorts of different things, and I can portray and represent their views to those senior levels. It's
very interesting, isn't it, position, because have you never thought of moving up into officers and other roles, or is that... Why didn't you do that? Why did you choose that?
So, I mean, I joined a long time ago, about 31 years ago, and because I didn't have much of an education from my schooling, I always wanted to be a soldier, I always wanted to join the army, and I just didn't have the qualifications to do so. So that's why I joined as a soldier, and that's why I've just sort of progressed up the ranks in a soldier's career, and you know, it takes a period of time for each rank to get all to this position now. So,
I mean, that's something that we don't often think about, is it? We talk a lot on this programme about youngsters, you know, losing their way, perhaps falling under the influence of gangs, not seeing a future, not seeing aware of their environment. I'm not saying that was something that you were at risk of as a young lad, but you had the potential in the sense of no qualifications. And for you, this provided a very clear path. Is it something you think more youngsters might consider?
Oh, definitely. The armed forces, seriously, I mean, it's given me life skills, it's given me values, it's given me a life I never thought I was going to have. And, you know, not all of our service personnel that join are from those type of backgrounds where they have no education. We are so diverse now. We've got people from all backgrounds. We've even got enlisted and other rank personnel joining with degrees. You know, they're qualified and they've got a great education. So it's not just bespoke to officers. No. Anybody can join the services, but it will give you life skills that will stay with you forever.
31 years is a long old time.
Yeah, it's gone.
In any profession.
It's gone quite quickly.
How has it changed? How has being a soldier back then to being a soldier now changed, Ben?
It's changed immensely. It really has, but mostly for the good. I mean, just to give you an example, it was illegal to be gay when I joined the army. So you can just see how... But I think we tend to forget all the good things that have happened. We tend to focus on the negative stuff and stuff that we still want to change nowadays, but so many things have changed for the better, you know, in the armed forces. We are diverse and we are inclusive, and it's a fantastic organisation.
There's been a lot more focus on PTSD in the armed forces, and you've been quite outspoken about how this is almost a misrepresentation, that we're all assuming that everybody that comes back from conflict is going to be struggling some capacity, and actually that's not necessarily the case.
No, it's not. You know, obviously, I've served with thousands of people, and I've got lots of friends that are veterans, and I've been on operations all around the world. And the statistics of PTSD is actually very, very small. Some people do tend to suffer from PTSD soon after, or a little bit longer after they've actually left the services, when they lose that sense of camaraderie and the friends and the groups that they're with. But actually, it's very small. And there are other examples of mental health, and now I've become the Armed Forces Mental Health and Wellbeing Champion. But you do get people in the military that are suffering from depression and anxiety and stress, etc. But I've grown up in an army, a very macho environment. I grew up in the infantry, and, you know, back in the day, until very recently, mental health was just something you didn't talk about. It was taboo.
So it's much better that it's being spoken about, but we need to understand the perspective of it, certainly from where you are, from the front line, literally. Because, of course, you know, I think the other thing that you mentioned was The Bodyguard as a programme. When the programmes portray characters, people that sort of end up becoming the villain of the piece, that are suffering from PTSD, that must sort of be frustrating for you to see, because it sort of portrays sort of the image that you don't want people to understand.
Yeah, it's just not helpful. And some people do suffer from, you know, PTSD. I recently went to a school and spoke at a local school, and one of the questions from one of the children, the first question he asked was, do you suffer from flashbacks? Really? And so these programmes, that's... You know, people just believe what they see on social media.
Let's ask the other question then. How is it good for your mental health being in the armed forces?
So the camaraderie, the friendships you build, the bonds, working in teams. Rarely do you work as an individual in the armed forces. And like I said before, the variety, the opportunities, the challenge, the excitement,
the purpose,
the resilience you build is unbelievable.
What about Armed Forces Day?
Yeah.
How will you be marking it?
So I'm going to Salisbury to the national event. So it's been going for about 11 years now. And there's 300 events going on around the country. The main national event being Salisbury, so I'll be there. And it's just a great opportunity for us to re-engage with society and with the nation, because our nation's always been hugely supportive of us. They always are. But I just think sometimes that if we're not in Afghanistan or Iraq, they perhaps understand us a little less to what we do. So it'll be a great opportunity to go and see, you know, people from all walks of life, and it's good for veterans, cadets, reservists and regulars to really engage with our society.
Well, look, I think you've put a really strong case as well today. Clearly, it's had a huge impact on your life, all for the good as well, both the highs and the lows throughout your career. Thank you so much for coming and talking today, and have a good day tomorrow. It'll be a great celebration. It'll be marked like down the country, and rightly so.